Hi children, in this video we are going to continue with part 2 of the chapter Nationalism in Europe. Before that, you want to revise what and all we discussed in the first two topics. So in the first two topics what we discussed, during 18th century, the countries which are present in Europe did not exist because those places were divided into kingdoms and kings were ruling those places. Under each kingdom, different types of people lived who spoke different language and who followed different culture. Even though they were different, they lived together without any problem because they were having common allegiance to the emperor. And then we came to know the three types of social groups which emerged in Europe during 18th century. They were aristocrats, peasants, and new commercial class. And finally we came to know that educated middle class people, they were interested in national unity and they wanted abolition of autocratic privileges. Right. Now let us continue with the next topic, liberal nationalism. What is the meaning for liberal? You used to ask your teacher to correct your papers liberally, right? So, what is the meaning for the liberal which you say? Not strict. And here, the exact meaning for liberalism is freedom. Do you know what? In the early 19th century, the idea of nationalism and the idea of liberalism were very close to each other. Why means that time period people were not having freedom because of the king's rule. Okay, the king's rule will be very strict, right? And so only the people started to fight against the king, which is called as nationalism. Now, can you relate it? As there was no freedom, as there was no liberalism to the people, the idea of nationalism spreaded. So only both ideas are said to be interrelated. Now, do you know from which word the liberalism has been derived from? The word liberalism is derived from the word liber, which is a Latin word, and the meaning for liber is free. Meaning for liberalism is freedom. So this is a one mark question. So from which word the liberalism word was derived means the word liberalism is derived from the word liber, which means free. Are you clear? Now, before going into the concept, let us discuss something interesting to be more clear. Actually, the freedom will not have the same meaning for all the people. For different people, the meaning of freedom will be different. For example, if I enter into your class and I say hereafter freedom will be given for you. So, what meaning you will take for freedom? For one, freedom means to bunk the class. For other person, freedom means to go for PET. For another person, sleeping in the class will be called as freedom, right? So every person will be taking different meanings for freedom. So let us take some examples. Assume a person is enclosed in a dark room for 5 years. What freedom means for this person to get out of that room? Next, a person is tortured to be a slave in an estate. What freedom means for this person to escape from being a slave? And then in a village, only one family owned all the properties. No other person was having right to own property. What meaning will they take for freedom? To break this rule and to buy a property, right? And then assume a student is asked to attend the school every day in a year without even a single day holiday. So what freedom means for that person? To bunk the school or to take 2 days leave or to take 2 months leave, right? So hence proved different people will have different meanings for freedom. Now let us go into the topic. Here we are going to know the meaning of freedom in political side and in economic side of Europe. Because politically and economically the people were facing lot of problems. So definitely they will have their own meaning for freedom. Now let us concentrate only on the political side first. In political side we are going to discuss about the meaning of liberalism for three types. For the new middle class, what freedom means, politically what freedom means, and since French Revolution, what freedom means. Again, let us discuss about the problems they faced to get the meaning of freedom for them. This is also only for your understanding. So the problem for middle class was they were strictly controlled by the rulers. They were not equally treated. This was their problem. So now you just think and say what freedom means for the new middle class people. So to get freedom overall and to be treated equally, right? Okay. Now in political side, what was the problem means the people were not at all considered for selecting the king. You take India, so your parents are going and casting their votes to select the leader, right? So people are getting consulted. But under monarchical rule, the people were not at all considered. The king will become a king by himself, and then his son will become a king. So, no person will be consulted for this procedure. So, the people were not treated as they are living there. Right. So, what freedom means for these people? They should go and select the king, right? Because they are going to follow the rules started by the king, so they need to be consulted for it. So this means freedom for them. Then we already discussed a lot of issues which was happening in France. For example, they had monarchical rule and birth privileges had been given to clergies and nobilities, and no right to own property was given to third estate people. So they faced many problems. So according to the French people, what freedom means? To end the monarchical rule, to end the privilege, and to have right to own property, right? Yes. Now let us check the exact meaning for liberalism. So as we said earlier, for the new middle class people, the meaning for liberalism is freedom for the individual and equality before the law. What was the problem faced by them? Ruled by the strict rulers and they were not treated equally, right? So for the new middle class people, freedom for the individual and equality for the law. So this was freedom means according to the new middle class. And politically, the people were not considered. So freedom means government by consent. Consent means to be consulted by the people. Clear? And since French Revolution, exactly what we said is right. So end of autocracy, end of clerical privileges, and also freedom means they wanted constitution and they wanted government through parliament. And finally, according to 19th century liberals, freedom means inviolability of private property. So if you are owning a property, nobody else should come and take your property from you. Right? So according to the 19th century liberals, freedom means inviolability of private property. Are you clear with this? So they will ask you in 3-mark question, write the meaning for liberalism in political side. So you want to write everything here. According to new middle class, what freedom means, politically what it means, since French Revolution what it means, and for 19th century liberals what it means. So 4 things you want to remember. Are you clear, children? Okay, but there was a problem. Suffrage means right to vote. Remember that. Suffrage means right to vote. Your parents are going and voting, right? So that is called suffrage. Equality before the law did not stand for universal suffrage in France. They are giving equality, but it does not mean that all the people have right to vote. Let us check why. So when the revolutionaries got power, do you know what first political experiment they started? To whom to give the right to vote and who should stand in the election. So this is what they discussed. And right to vote and right to contest in election were given to property owning men. So you should be a male and you should have a property. If these both conditions are satisfied, only then you can go and contest in the election or you can go and cast your votes. But after the revolutionary rule, Jacobin club rule came. Jacobin club were started by educated people and students, right? So those people were ruling France for some time. And that time period, they gave rights for all the adult male. Clear? So even non-propertied men can go and vote. But actually the Jacobin club rule was only for a brief period. Again Napoleon came and started ruling France. So when Napoleon came, again he limited the suffrage and he reduced the status of women to minor. So women will be taken care by their father or their husbands. So they were not allowed to vote. Are you clear, children? So this is why they are telling equality were given to the people, but it doesn't mean they can go and vote. Okay, why means you are writing 3 points. When revolutionaries were ruling, only property owning men will go and vote. When Jacobin club was ruling, only adult male were allowed to vote irrespective of the property. And during the Napoleonic rule, again only property men can vote, women were reduced to the status of minor. Right? Because of this only throughout 19th and 20th century, non-property men and women, they were protesting. Why they were protesting means they demanded for equal political rights. Are you clear, children? Okay, so until now we have discussed about political side, 4 different meanings, and we came to know in France equality does not stand for universal suffrage. There we discussed about 3 points, right? Now let us go into the economic sphere. What liberalism stirred in economic side? Definitely they would have some problems, right? So let us check the problems first. So in German speaking regions in the first half of 19th century, when Napoleon was ruling, what he did means he was taking many administrative measures, right? We discussed about 1804 code, no? So when he was taking those measures, what he did means out of many states, he selected 39 states and formed a union. Okay, that 39 states were united and that was called as Confederation of 39 states. And in these 39 states, they had their own currency, own weights and own measurements. For example, India is having a common currency, rupees, right? Imagine if Tamil Nadu is having rupees, Kerala is having dollar, and other states are having different currencies, then what will happen to the country's economy? It will be greatly confused, right? We want to exchange the currencies every time we visit other states. That was actually happening in these 39 states. So, under Napoleonic rule, 39 states were united and formed a confederation, and these states, they had their own currencies, weights and measurements. And for example, if you were a merchant in 1833 under Napoleonic rule, you want to sell a cloth. Okay, so you are traveling from Hamburg to Nuremberg. That time period, you need to cross 11 custom barriers in between Hamburg and Nuremberg. Custom barriers means like toll gates we are passing, right? Likewise, 11 custom barriers they need to cross. And in each custom barrier, they need to pay 5% tax. That will be based on the weights and measurements of your goods. So, the merchant traveling from Hamburg to Nuremberg in 1833 need to cross 11 custom barriers, and in each custom barrier they need to pay 5% tax based on the goods they carry. But what was the problem means, in each of these carrier, they had different currencies and measurements, right? So 11 custom barriers, as they were having different currencies and weights and measurements, tax calculation was taking more time and it was very complex. So this was the problem. For example, you take LE. As we are calling silk, cotton as different types of cloth material, in Europe, LE was a textile material. Clear? So, if you purchase LE in Frankfurt, they will say that cloth has 54.7 centimeter. The same cloth in Mainz, they will say 55.1 centimeter. In Nuremberg, same cloth will be of 65.6 centimeter. And in Freiburg, they will say it is of 53.5 centimeter. So, the same cloth was said to be in different measurements in different places. So, this will be a big headache for the merchants. Clear? So, they cannot get the proper amount by selling the cloths in different places. So, this was a great obstacle in economic exchange. And the new commercial class, they cannot earn proper money. So they were arguing to have unified economic territory. They wanted all the territories to be united by having common currencies and all. So they wanted to allow the movement of goods, people and capital without these obstacles. For this purpose, Prussia initiated to form a customs union called Zollverein. Under this customs union, they introduced many steps. So 3 steps we are discussing. The first step, they abolished the tariff barriers, that is custom barriers, they abolished. Number 2, they reduced the number of currencies from 30 to 2. Actually 30 different currencies were there, but now they introduced only 2 currencies instead of the 30. Clear? And they introduced railway network. So do you think the people will be benefited by these three? Exactly. So these three things, it benefited the economic exchange and it helped in strengthening the nationalism also. So the meaning for liberalism in economic sphere means freedom of markets and abolition of restrictions on the movement of goods and capital. So all the markets should function freely and there should not be any obstacles in the exchange of goods and capital. Are you clear, children? So this is what we have discussed so far. So the meaning for liberalism means freedom and it is derived from the Latin word liber. Then we discussed that the meaning for liberalism for new middle class people is freedom of individual and equality before law. Politically, liberalism means government by consent. And since French Revolution, liberalism means end of autocracy and end of privileges, and they wanted constitution and government through parliament. And according to 19th century liberals, liberalism means inviolability of private property. But what was the problem? Equality is not standing for universal suffrage. So this question is of 3-mark question. They will give you the statement and they will ask you to justify it. So you want to write these points. So the first political experiment under revolutionaries was the right to vote and right to be elected was given to only propertied men. Non-propertied men and women were not allowed to vote. And after the Jacobin Club ruled, adult male were allowed to vote. Again, Napoleonic rule came. He limited the suffrage. He reduced the status of women to minor. So throughout 19th and 20th century, non-property men and women protested, demanding for equal rights. Are you clear with this? And then we discussed about the problem in economic sphere. So under Napoleonic rule, Confederation of 39 states was formed and they had their own currencies, own weights and measurements. If a merchant wants to travel from Hamburg to Nuremberg, he need to cross 11 custom barriers and in each barrier he want to pay 5% tax. As each of these places had their own system of measurement, the calculation of tax was time consuming. For example, LA was a textile material, so it stood for different measurements in different places. So in Frankfurt 54.7, Mainz 55.1 and so on. I'll tell you how to remember this number in the upcoming slide. And these problems were considered to be great obstacle for the economic exchange. So the people were fighting to remove these obstacles. So Prussia started Zollverein, a customs union, under which they abolished the tariff barriers, they reduced the number of currencies, and they created railway network. Because of this, the movement of goods became very easier and smoother, and the economic nationalism strengthened the final nationalism. Are you clear? So the meaning of liberalism in economic side is freedom of markets and abolition of state imposed restrictions on the movement of goods. So this is an important definition for 1 mark. Now I told you right how to remember the numbers. So as I mentioned in A, first you write the 5 in that particular method. 5, 5, 5, 5. Clear? Now after 5 what will come? 6. So you fill the number 6. Now you check C. Before 5 what will come? 4. Right? You just fill 4. Now look into D. Which number is mostly repeated here? Number 5. So you write number 5. Next, in the left hand side, how many 5s are there? 3, right? So put number 3. Now coming to the right hand side, the maximum number in the left side is 6. So what is the next number? 7. How this 7 came? By adding 1. So put number 1. So before 7 what number will come? 6. Before 6 what number will come? 5. In this way you write in practice, or you can follow some other techniques also. Clear? So first you write 5555, then after 5 6 will come, then before 5 4 will come. Then mostly repeated number is 5, so write number 5, and in the left hand side 3 5s are there, so put number 3. And coming to the right side after decimal, write the maximum number, that is highest number is 6, after that 7. So this came by adding 1, right? So 1, then before 7 6, before 6 5. Are you clear? Then you just add centimeters and all. Then coming to the places, so 54.7 in Freiburg, 55.1 in Mainz and all you discussed, right? So you just take the key letters FM, NF. The name of the FM is NF. Clear? So 54.7 centimeter in Freiburg, 55.1 centimeter in Mainz, then 65.6 centimeter in Nuremberg, 53.5 centimeter in Freiburg. So write this number and practice again and again like a puzzle, then easily it will come. And now coming to the question session, just comment the answer, who initiated the formation of Zollverein? And question number 2, in 1833, how many custom barriers need to be crossed by the merchant from Hamburg to Nuremberg? Don't forget to take notes and read your textbook for better understanding by underlining the keywords. Recap the video to be thorough with this topic, as it is having 1 marks and 3 marks. Happy learning!